Hello, and welcome to Dario's comic channel. And today we'll talk. I called it I wish I would have known this 10 years ago, but I think I will call this artist health, how to stay healthy as an artist. And I'm looking up there because in ancient India they have like the wheel of life, and the wheel of life it's probably 8 things, and it's health. Well, you know it as health, wealth, and love, and those have categories underneath those. Like health is physical health, psychological health. Wait a second, I have right here my weekly planner, and it's like health, wealth, love, career, family, friends, adventure, spiritual growth, like more or less a bit of more categories. And I'm doing this video because it's important to have certain aspects of your life covered, so that you can create the covers and comics that you need to create to advance yourself and your dream, or whatever you want to do. If you want to earn a living with it, you need to have a certain mastery, and mastery comes definitely with time, but it's not just the time you put in it, it's also like the practice. Like often people asked, how long are you drawing, or how many years, and that's not the right question, because sometimes it's just the intensity. Sure, it's definitely also the time, but if I learn to draw and I'm roughly drawing just one time every week, it's not going to work out. So it's something that you practice regularly, and you have to stick for it for a long time, maybe even dedicate yourself to the art or to make it happen. And I will cover now what you need to know. So let's start, I guess, with health and wealth, and then there will be love. Let's start with health. So you need physical health. Without physical health, there's nothing you could really enjoy. You could be the richest man, you could be loved by everybody. Without a body, you go nowhere. And you can enjoy anything. So it's pretty important that you stop eating trash. And it's definitely nutrition. I would say probably workout. I know it's not like mandatory, but the same way you need fresh air, you need to breathe, you need water, you need food, you need shelter. I would say physical training is something that has become mandatory for myself. I'm not really huge or big, because I had times in my life where I couldn't digest things due to stress, or just genetically, I don't know, but I'm trying to get big in the gym. And also it was something like I didn't have it in me the last years to work out regularly. Corona interfered with that, but I tried to stay always fit with the things I have here, like dumbbells and doing push-ups and pull-ups. So number one, physical health is very important. So a good teacher will never tell you what to do, will always recommend stuff, and it's up to you if you do it. Sometimes there is no right or wrong way to do it. You need to know what suits you. For me, I have a story where I had a very long time dermatitis or eczema on my skin, and in hindsight it was all due to bad eating habits or bad family eating habits or a lack of understanding how the body works in my family or maybe even in my society. So once I started looking into nutrition, things become very evident. Or if I see somebody and he has some eczema somewhere on the body, I already know. I ask that person, are you eating too much honey? Are you eating sweets? Are you eating too much fruit? Are you eating too much chocolate? Somebody who has gone through it can see it clearly, and I'm the guy who can give advice because I had to overcome it because it was destroying my life. The next thing was I wasn't really a skinny kid, but due to the lack, like my father died when I was young, and so my mother was a bit overprotective, which is okay, but I think, and the rest is also a bit societal. Like I think children, adults, human beings are made to carry stuff, to be strong, to be agile, to run, to sprint, to be able to be a forceful beast. Doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy or a woman or a man. And that brings me to that point. I didn't want to live by lies or to sin. Doesn't mean I don't sin. But if I can reduce it, and sinning just means missing the mark. So if I eat a chocolate bar or a piece of chocolate, that's maybe okay. But if I eat all day chocolate, that is maybe missing the mark. Or if I'm obese, I'm definitely missed the mark. Or if I'm too skinny, it's maybe something's not working the way it should be. And you cannot do everything at the same time. I mean, I cannot become a great writer or an artist at the same time and go to the gym and at the same time do 20 other things. So just focus on a bunch of stuff you want to improve. Start very slowly, very gently. You don't need to change your diet from today to tomorrow or your training routine. Just slow. Just click in your mind that one day you're gonna be the guy or girl you aspire to be. Let's say fit, healthy, rich, in a loving relationship. And it doesn't matter how long it takes, you're on your way there. So then there's spiritual or mental health. And if you have childhood traumas, get a book. Watch a good YouTube channel. 10 years ago, it was a bit rare. Like Teal Swan was the only thing that helped me a bit, but there was like Owen Cook, which is a pickup artist, and Teal Swan, which is like maybe helps with healing trauma. But today YouTube is full with that stuff, and there are a lot of great people. Just heal what you need to heal. Don't overindulge in healing stuff. Sometimes it's also good, like, to get out into the world and just see what you can do to improve, and to notice where your parents fucked up, where society fucked up, where you probably made a mistake. But know that if something's wrong with you, I think most children, babies, natural human beings are born the right way. Your whole body, your whole psychology, physiology is wired for survival and thriving. So if something's wrong, your wires got crossed. And usually parents cross those because they're too stressed out. Overprotective mothers probably don't have support from their men, so they have to look out, and they don't want to deal with the stress if the child injures him or herself, and so they chain you to the house. You don't go out, you don't see the sun, you indulge in sweet foods, you play too much video games, you have no social skills, or they deteriorate. Your body is not that fit, maybe you get fat or something like that, and that keeps you in a bad place. Been there, done that, was no fun. You can always get out of a bad situation. So, and then the third aspect is like spiritual health. You can take care of you can have a great body and you can have a great mind, but somehow the things you do in this life have to fulfill you spiritually. Every time I record one of these videos, I feel very great for the rest of the day. When I used to finish a commission or a job, I love doing the drawing, I love doing the painting, I love reading those things, I love every aspect of doing comics, the story, the beautiful art, the kick-ass tigers or beautiful babes, the robots, like that fulfills me and nurtures me on a level that kind of makes me tear up. So you got to take care of that too. Nothing more to add on that, which brings us to wealth and to money, cash, income, which is really important because the first three things you can only maintain or cultivate if you have a certain level of cash. In 2014, I was reading like Gary Vaynerchuk, and Gary Vaynerchuk gave that advice: live with your parents, live humbly, get a small job, do your thing until that thing takes off. And there's also this book like Robert McKee's story and a lot of other artists, they say, do just your art and then make a living from that art. And yeah, you pretty much don't have time to be in a 9-to-5 or to work anything else, or you will fall behind. That made sense for me because I went through 9-to-5s, I went through stressful 9-to-5s, and I was chained to that position from 9-to-5. And it wasn't really related with doing comics or following my passion, my dream, my vocation. And so I felt kind of hurt by that. Didn't really satisfy me. I saw it as stolen time. Also, like on my body, on my mind, it wasn't really something that nurtured the first point. And so I cut that off. But I went also through a long phase of starving artist. And a starving artist is an artist that has not mastered his craft yet. So sometimes maybe you accept less pay, or your work isn't that good, or your work is really good, but it takes a long time to finish it. And so the amount of hours you've put in for the amount of money you get out isn't maybe really there. And then maybe you're living at your parents' or living in a suboptimal situation, or you're not going out, people are going on vacations, have fancy cars. Not that you need that stuff, but just saying like people have money or are going for a 9-to-5 or have even a career, and you're getting behind. And that takes definitely a toll on you, physically, mentally, and spiritually, because you think I'm on my path, Why am I getting behind? And when you're starting out as an artist, it is like you have a young child, and you cannot, like if you have a certain art, a kind of mastery, like Frank Miller, he cultivated that. It took him years, and it will take you probably also years or time or effort or time at the desk or whatever you do. And what do I want to say? It's good to put in the time, and probably you have no illusions about that. But I wouldn't say that the starving artist is a good route, because at the end of the day, it's bad if you have a lack of money, because a lack of money leads to a lack of options. You don't have to compare yourself to your friends. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses, but you need a certain freedom, and with money comes freedom. So if I would give advice to my younger self, maybe I would tell him, get either a 9-to-5 you might like, and try not to chase a career in that 9-to-5, but go there, do a great job. Don't sit there all day doing something you're not interested, but search for a 9-to-5 maybe in something you would be interested, or maybe get yourself a job at a bar if you like that, or maybe get yourself a job at a gym. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to sit down all day long. I do it with my own stuff, and that's cool. But I hate that if I had to go, I already did that, and just sat down from 9 o'clock or from 8 till 5 or even 6 p.m. or even later. I was working once for movies or for animation studios, and I was there all day long. I had no time for myself. I was chained to the desk. And so maybe for myself, I right now, where I'm doing the comic project Rock and Roll Vampires, I got myself a job as a bartender. It's outside. It's at a beautiful place. It is non-smoker. It is with beautiful people. It's the most popular place. It's people I kind of like or love or resonate with, like a bit more lighthearted people. And so that suits me. So don't stay broke. Go get yourself a part-time job or a full-time job. Wake up, go to that job, and if it sucks your soul, quit that job and search another job that's probably digestible or cool. Get in the money, do what you have to do. Don't sell out your soul, but show up, do great work, and be really a good person there. Like do a good job. Try to, if you're taken advantage, quit. Search another place where your talents are used better. But maybe if you're like, if it wasn't summer, maybe I would have searched for a job I get to do remote. But yeah, this is a great advice. Like, don't be broke. And I know I'm the guy who doesn't want to work beneath other people because I want to be the leader. But it's not worth being broke. It's not worth being dependent on other people. And it fucks with your mind and with your ego. Go out there, get a job you might like, get the money, keep that job, get the money coming in, live by your own terms. That would be great advice. What about cash? What about wealth? Maybe a great advice is to not spend it all on watches and sports car and on silly stuff. Maybe make the commitment that you have a certain amount of money and that it will keep growing no matter what. Like, if you are broke today, get a job, sell something, or create something and sell that. And now maybe you have a bit more, and just keep the mindset that you will keep growing it, no matter what. And sometimes you need a laptop, sometimes you need a new smartphone, sometimes you need new clothes. Spend that money, see that as an investment in yourself and in your future. Go out, meet people, go eat, live a little, because that's also very important. Tip or don't tip, but don't spend it all. Get it in and keep it growing. And if you make mistakes, if somehow you fuck it up, doesn't matter. Take a breath and continue going towards getting in the money and making it grow. And now the last point, love, which maybe be partner, family, friends. And it deviates a bit from what I've written up there. Up there is like love, family, friends, health, creativity. Creativity is a bit expressing yourself, like having hobbies, like making music or being a DJ on the side. We don't talk about that in this video, but just that you know, then there's like your career, which in my case is making comics or wanting to make comics, and then wealth, health, and there's also adventure, like going places. But we'll cover that in the last point, love. And there are 3 pillars or maybe more. It's like family, friends, a partner, and maybe going on adventures and having time for yourself. Let's cover family. What can I say? Greg Capullo said that his family, he had a sister and a mother, and he comes from an Italian family, and he said that pretty much they were crazy, and he minimized the time he was hanging out with them. I mean, I love my mother, I love my sister. Are they crazy people? Yes and no. There are no normal people. Maybe I'm crazy in their eyes. Spend time with your family. It's beautiful to have a family. But ultimately, be selfish. Do your own thing. Try to help. Don't help too much. Do your own thing. Be selfish. And be also a good person. But make it 80-20, make it 60-40, or maybe 51-49. Be a bit more selfish. Because if something goes wrong, they might want to try to help you, but they might not know how they can help you. So help yourself first, get in a position where you can rule your life, and then help. Does it mean that you have first to rule and then to help? No, it doesn't matter. Like, you could be broke and you could be kind of ill, and if your sister asks, can you come for a weekend and help me with this and that, get the money together, pack up and go. You know what I mean? Then there's like friends. I have and had great friends, but from time to time I change, and friendship circles or peer groups change. I don't know. Do you have friends for life? I would say yes. Do you have friends for a time, or can you make new friends? Yes. Friends are important and essential. Then there's this thing where YouTube says, cut off your friends and only spend time with great people. And that's great advice. Is it practical advice? Yes and no. It's good to belong to a tribe. I say that. And it's good to cultivate a tribe and to be a friend for others and to reach out and to make time for them and to treat people the way you want to be treated. And if nobody phones you up or hits you up, hit them up and tell them, hey, we didn't meet in a long time. Let's get together. Let's make an effort. Have habits, have a peer group, do a hobby where you can meet people, if it's boxing, if it's playing Magic the Gathering, if it's cooking, if it's, you know what I mean? You will meet people where you do things you like. And yeah, try to have a peer group, try to have a great family. And then there's the part adventure, to go places and to, from time to time, switch up where you are. Do that if you have the funds and if you want to do it. Right now, for me, I just want to work. I don't really care if I go places, but at night or in the evenings, I go places here in my local town where it's beautiful, or where I can break out a bit, or, you know, mini adventures. So do that. What else is up there? Creativity. For example, creativity. After I ate today, I did play the guitar a bit, and it put a huge smile on my face, and it was just something that nourishes my soul. Or from time to time, I make like these healing bracelets for myself, and or paint miniatures or meet people, and we just hang out. Like creativity, stuff you want to do. And final point, a partner or love. That is definitely a topic for huge YouTube channels, and there are a lot of things that can be told about or said about that, or a lot of things you can do. My advice, if you're a man, get your finances in check, create your own realm, your own life that you want to live, get in shape, buy some nice clothes, have a cool social circle, go out, and love will come into your life. If you need more advice on that, I maybe advise you to go to Casey Sanders' channel, up here or up there, up here. And he has great advice, and or probably First Man, but you can definitely take it too far. But yeah, be groomed, be in shape, or get in shape, get groomed. Don't do it everything at the same time. Get your finances in check. As a man, I think you need to protect and provide. You have to be pretty. In Russia, they say man does not have to be pretty. But protect and provide is important. And then you could be the best. You could be rich and handsome. But you kind of need also to be a bit of a human being. You know what I mean? And if you're not, just have a picture in your mind what you want one day out of life, and start working there every day, bit by bit, slowly. And if you have questions, I will answer them. If you're a woman and you're watching this, a 1% lady that watches my channel, get in shape, be a bit feminine. I don't think have women problems to find a man. Probably they have a bit of problem to keep a man. Maybe they have a problem to find the man that they want. Same as for the man, but a bit different. I think it's for a woman not as important to have her own realm or her own money. It might sound a bit stupid, but I think you need to be kind of pretty and sweet and have a good soul and character. And if you have a job or your own money, that's great. And if you don't want to have children, then go for your career. And if you do want to have children, go for your career, and make also time for children, and know that you can come back, and choose a strong guy and one that can provide and protect. Because I've seen my sister, she had a lot of great and rich guys, and then one day she settled for a nicer guy, and in the end she walked all over him because she was a bit of a boss lady all of her life. And now she kind of has to see how she can provide for her children. Yeah. So a bit of wisdom. I don't know it all. I'm not a guru. There are people out there who know what they're talking about. I just know what I know. And at the end of the day, listen to what you know inside, and be ready and able to change your beliefs, because sometimes I'm very resistant to a thing, but then in the end or after a while I see it's not working, and then you change your approach and all of a sudden everything is working. So be open to that, and we'll see us in the next video.